It has been a hard couple of months since that day, the day when Donald Trump became president and decided that he was right and he is going to force down the collective throats of all the Americans his economic, his moral, and his emotional agenda. Now, we can talk about that, but let's talk about something in particular. How is he doing this? He is doing this by making his party, which has a slim majority, fearful of retribution. The Alaskan senator says that it is palpable. She fears that there'll be some sort of retribution. Now, it would be easy enough if you knew what that retribution was, but if you don't know what that retribution is, and he hasn't done it, it becomes even more fearful. I saw a television show where I think it was a Republican congressman, it could have been a Democratic congressman, but they were talking about the Republican congressman, and they are saying that these people, when they think about voting and they think about voicing an opposing position to what is the supposed Republican agenda, which is really Donald Trump's agenda, they are actually fearful that if they vote against it, if they even show any opposition to it, not only will they face a primary battle, but they fear that their family and themselves and their home might become endangered. Well, so of course, I mean, if you're going to vote and you go, wait a second, do I want my wife and kids to be harassed? It's hard to do it because while you represent a constituency of several thousand, 10,000 people, it's hard to tell the exact number, but a goodly number of people, because there's only 435 congressmen and we've got 300 million people in this country. So you've got to figure at least to be hundreds of thousands of people. And you're thinking, well, wait, if I vote against this person, something may happen to my family. I cannot blame someone who's thinking, I have to vote again. I cannot vote against it because I want my family to be safe. I could not live with myself if my wife or my husband, my kids, my parents, my friends were to get into danger because I said something. Now, it takes a great deal of courage, but courage, if you just think about the damage to yourself, that is one thing. Like, I might get roughed up. I might lose my re-election. I might be ostracized by my friends and the party. But if it's a physical danger against your family, that makes it almost impossible to have a free will. In the law, if you commit a crime because someone is ransoming your family, they might consider it a necessity. So therefore, doing something like, I can't say voting for something because is a crime, because it wouldn't be a crime if you knew that someone was holding your family hostage, was putting a gun to your wife, and they made you commit a crime. That would be considered extenuating circumstances. I don't care. We should not be governing with extenuating circumstances. Remember, what is the motto of the United States? Home of the free, or is it land of the free, home of the brave? Land of the free, home. It should be all homeland, right? Homeland of both. It's hard to be brave when you are being threatened with a severe punishment. Now, let me just be clear. Retribution is not just the sole purview of the Republican Party. The Democrats actually do it. They will ostracize you. They try to. They try to. They're not as good as ostracizing and keeping people under control as the Republicans. But the progressive, the very left-wing party, will try to cancel you. And during the last 4 years, if you did something wrong, they canceled you. You lost your career. Ask Louis C.K. Ask any number of people who made something. They lost their career because some people didn't like it. So they said, you're canceled. That is a form of retribution. And I am telling you, I am getting sick and tired of living in the United States of retribution. The USR, maybe not the USSR, but USR, United States of retribution. You cannot have a free society. You can say what you want, but if you're going to have retribution, you cannot be who you want to be. We need to get rid of retribution for thinking and discussing. Yes, if you were to commit a crime, if you were to murder someone, oh, maybe if you were to say deport people who should be legally in this country, oh, there's no retribution for that if you're the one who is deciding who gets retribution. So not only is retribution bad, but one-sided retribution. What is retribution? The police and the state say, what is a crime? If you murder someone, you get incarcerated. That is retribution. But not thinking and not discussing and not coming up with thoughts that could make a decision, make things become clear and make the decision process better. Retribution the only thing that gets beaten when you do that is the actual process of making a decision. And making a decision is the core process of government. And if you get rid of the core process of government, it is chaos or authoritarianism. And I don't want to choose between either of them. Thank you kindly.